she say? No, she's on.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
I'm aware. Mohit is our speaker for today, and we also have Rachita, who is going to be taking them through the entire session. We're just waiting for our speakers to join. So I'm going to quickly ask you all one thing and create a poll while we're at it. Give me a quick second. The answer, and you all can think about it, maybe rack your brains while I'm typing this out, is what is the percentage of your retention for your customer base? And the options are 0 to 10%, 10 and higher. I don't think anybody. If there is somebody who has a higher than 40% retention rate, please leave your phone. I think I'm going to unmute some insights from you. Okay, then I am putting this up. Okay.
Hi, Mohit.
Hi, Arpit. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing well. Doing well. Great. We're just waiting for a couple of other folks, from the panel, and then we'll get started.
Yes. I was just actually putting a poll up just now. It appears as two questions, so please just answer the first one. What is the percentage of your retention for your customer base? Sending this out to everybody. Our options are 0 to 10%, 10 to 40, 40 and up. There are actually people who have a higher than 40% retention rate, which is fantastic, and then higher than 40. And I have also asked for these guys to send us insights on how they manage to retain more than 40% of their base, because I think they can take a session for us too.
Arpit, how about you?
For us, it has been between 10 to 40.
Wow, that's fantastic.
That's quite a broad range.
That's higher than my boyfriend retention rate for sure. All right. I'm going to quickly show the answers. We have about 34% of our audience saying that the retention rate is anywhere between 0 to 10%, 44% saying anywhere between 10 to 40%, and the rest is a split between 40% and higher. Now, base is retention, right? I want to just quickly take a second to introduce our speakers. One sentence each, and then Mohit will do the rest. But we have Arpit Upadhyay with us, who is the AVP and business head of the Man Company. Arpit, one question for you. Does the Man Company have any women?
No, a lot.
Good to know. And we have Mohit Rastogi, who is the senior director for the mid-market segment here at Razorpay. He's our everything strategy man, and he gets a lot of calls from me a lot of times on how to, on a strategy on how to hold our audience captive. So retention in that sense, But we will also be joined by Nikhilendra, the CRM manager of Mokobara, who will be here with us in a minute, and Vishal Jindal, the CEO of my favorite, Biryani by Kilo. Mohit has just finished up another heavy-duty meeting. We just had our monthly review, and I think he had to leave the meeting saying, let this last session be the best session of the event.
Yeah.
So that's what we're aiming towards. And which is why if any of you all in the audience out there think that Biryani by Kilo will have more than just biryani to share with you all, please send out invites and ask your friends and your colleagues and your entire founder circle, your entire product manager circle to come and sit with us on this event, because it's our last, but it's going to be a fun, full, insightful, full session.
You're in Delhi, Arpit?
How long
Yes,
have you been
yes.
with the Man Company?
It's almost 2.5 years now.
We have Vishal, who's just joined us. Hi, Vishal.
Hi, Chandni.
Hi, Vishal. Mohit aside. Hi.
Hi,
How are
Mohit.
you?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Vishal. Arpit here.
So, Vishal, just to introduce, I mean, while we wait for Nikhilendra, I mean, Arpit is head of D2C at Man Company.
Hi.
And Vishal is CEO for Biryani by Kilo. So, I mean, I just order biryani only from Biryani by Kilo.
Thank you
That's
so
where
much.
I am. I'll be very open and honest about it.
You have a kilo of biryani, Mohit?
Huh?
Do you have a kilo
No,
of
half
biryani?
kg. Half kg is what I order. Let's be honest about it.
Who has the other half? For
No,
the next day.
we have half kilo and single
Yeah.
portion as well, and kebabs
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Nice.
Have you tried the product, Chandni?
I am, well, fortunately for me, unfortunately for my friends, a vegetarian. So I've only had the kuska, but I have loved it. I had it at a friend's party, and I had it the next day also because I took some home. But one thing is, what's even better than fresh biryani is biryani the next day.
So we have the paneer, chole, kathal, and a lot of veg kebab platters. So I think you should try.
I'm
If
gonna
you've
try
not-
that.
Chandi, you have to try now.
I will send you my office address, Vishal.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not?
All right, we'll just wait another quick second while Nikhilendra joins us. Or actually, we can get started more.
Yeah, we'll get started. So,
I'm going to see
thank-
you all to it.
Yeah.
Good luck. And let me know if there's anything I can do.
Thanks a lot, Chandni. You really put this together very well. Yeah. So, very delighted to have you both, Arpit and Vishal. I mean, we at Razorpay, while we have been solving payment problems for our merchants at large for years, for specifically D2C cohort, I think we have taken up this agenda of solving the entire funnel and not just limiting ourselves to payments, because I think a lot of meat and a lot of value is there, right? So I mean, I keep on talking to you folks and other D2C merchants day in day out, as they are a major constraint of my portfolio. And what I come across is, while customer retention and loyalty is a very common problem, the shape, nature, the form factor of it for each of the brand differs basis where they are in their life cycle, brand life cycle, and what are they trying to solve for. Like for a very small brand, it may be just about customer acquisition and interacting a lot with their prospective customers, running referral campaigns, right? While for a scaled brand, it may be about basically increasing their LTV and trying to increase customer retention and ensuring that we hit profitability, which is the goal today, right? And while for other brands, it may be about leveraging the presence of their sister concern brands and leveraging the synergies of it, right? And for somebody, it may just be about omni-channel experience, having a more seamless omni-channels between their online and offline customers. So, in a nutshell, basically, while the problem is common, the shape and form factor differs, and which is where I think the objectives and what we are trying to solve for differs between different brands, right? Which is where I will like to open up this question to you folks and just try to come to you, Vishal, first, probably, right? Considering where Biryani by Kilo is, and like you sell on your own website, you also sell on basically likes of Zomato and Swiggy, and you're also basically have your own outlets and quite a lot of them, right? So, what defines customer retention and loyalty for you, and how do you kind of channelize your efforts towards this initiative?
Yeah, sure. So I think thanks, Mohit. See, with Biryani by Kilo, we are in more than 40 cities in India, and we have both delivery and dine-in outlets. And I think we would be the biggest biryani and kebab delivery and dine-in chain in this country today, with around 300 crores of revenue. So I think customer is the foremost, I think, audience for which we all work. So I think there are three points here: acquisition, retention, or either you can say LTV or loyalty, right? Or maybe retention, loyalty put together, right? So I think first of all, you have to have a great product and service to have it, right? To have the loyalty of the customer. There's no two ways about it, right? But having said that, also in a competitive field where you want continuous, retention and frequency. See, let's say a customer is using us once in 2 months or 3 months. How do we change their behavior to come to 1 month instead of 2 months? So I think it's how do you first take a customer from 0 to 1, and 1 to 2 and 2 to 3
Yes.
and make it more frequent, right? So of course we have a big CRM channel first of all, where we have loyalty. So so I think everyone does the loyalty points, etc. But I think you have to see what the customer really wants here, right? In terms of whether it's useful for them. So every product is different, right? Let's say it depends on the frequency and use case. Let's say in a Titan. So in our case, of course, we say, we say if you do it within a month, 2 times, you'll get this. If you do 5 times in 3 months, you'll get this. So we have wallet programs, we have referral programs. So there are different ways to do it. And also, a lot of times, let's say biryani or a kebab category is also impulse category. So you do want to at the right point. Let's say we know by a consumer behavior that they order mostly on weekends and veg biryani versus a customer who orders in office chicken biryani during lunch. So it depends when do you want to nudge them, right? So that nudging is also very important. If you nudge them, let's say on a Monday morning when they are a weekend customer, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of nudging at the right time, referrals, of course, loyalty in terms of, getting your fifth biryani free or a 10th biryani free, all the 20% discount. So it's a combination of everything.
Yeah.
And also going for your lost customers, if for some reason you have lost them when they've not ordered for 6 months, right? So how do you go back to them if you have made a mistake or they've forgotten you for some reason? So I think it's a combination of good digital marketing along with the right nudges at the right time, I would say.
Understood. Understood. At this moment, I'll also like to welcome Nikhilendra, I think, who joins us. So he heads basically the CRM and loyalty for Mukubara, which is one of the premium brands today in luggage and space. So welcome, Nikhilendra. I mean, glad to have you here.
Absolutely,
And we just
absolutely.
started actually. So I mean, the audience was there, so we just got started. Yeah.
Sure, sure.
Sure.
Thank you so
So,
much.
Arpit, now coming to you, basically, right? I just want to understand with you specifically, like you have franchisee operated stores, as we have been previously speaking, right? You also have a major D2C brand, right? In your kind of space, what is it that you have been trying to solve, and what has worked for you in the past, right? What's been your approach?
Yeah, thanks, Mohit. So basically, what we have been doing is, see, we try to maintain a very healthy balance of the new customers that we are getting month over month, vis-a-vis the repeat customers that we get every month. So basically, that maintaining a balance is also, for example, you may try if you are on a large new customer acquisition spree. So you try to maintain maybe like a 75-25 balance, because also have to grow month over month. So that has been like kind of a mix that we have been achieving in our high growth numbers, in our high growth months. So basically there you also get a lot of new customers, which is like provide majority of your revenue is driven from them. But every time when you see that 25% of the customers are still coming back to buy from you, that and that too at a ever increasing number month over month. So you see that there are still every month you are making that n number of customers, that cumulatively those numbers of people who are coming to buy from you are increasing month over month. That basically establishes that some of the people are trusting in your brand and service. But the most important part is to also focus and categorically classify and speak to the customers who have been previously repeatedly buying from you, as Vishal highlighted, that they might have forgotten you, or you have done something very wrong in terms of product or service. That's why they are not coming back, right? So it's very important to address those customers, and I would say the entire segment very well. And you need to and there's a very important I should say that's very critical also, क्योंकि that may go either north or south. क्योंकि once you try communicating to them, they would just but basically the idea is to try and understand what has been their problem, due to which they have stopped buying from you. We have seen customers buying 3-4 times in a year, and not buying now for
Okay.
last 12 months, right? So that's a very, I would say, warm. They were very warm, and now they are transferring into a cold customers. So it's very important to identify that problem and solve it on priority. And then anybody would start seeing that what has been, what are the things that you need to fix for the customers to bring back more. Right. Otherwise, there is no end to customer acquisition, right? You can keep on running ads on various channels, but I think to maintain that healthy ratio of LTV by CAC is really, really important, and that can only happen once you fix that frequency thing and you keep your customers warm for a longer period
Understood.
of time.
Understood. Nikhilin, coming to you, basically, I think Mukubara is slightly distinct in this. I think predominantly the model thus far has been D2C first, right? The store presence is quite limited, and I think basis our conversations in the past, you're looking to expand that. But if I see what has, so my question to you is basically why you felt there is a need for a larger offline presence, right? Considering the space you are in, I understand it's a premium space, right? So,
Mm.
what were the challenges with D2C only model, right, or a D2C dominant model, and why you felt the need to pivot to a more omni-channel kind of a business model?
So, I mean, D2C is primarily for us, it's a big channel for us, right? I mean, there is also a marketplace that is also primarily quite large compared to other channels. The need where we felt that offline presence is required was a completely different decision in terms of challenge and all that, because we felt that there is a separate TG who relies on offline channel, right? Which may not be coming to the online channels, and these TG specifically want to feel and taste the product before the buying, and especially when you are charging them a premium price tag to where in comparison you have a lot of competitors that are offering the same product at a very significantly lower price. Do need to let them experience the product before they buy it, and that was the challenge that we understood, which was not I mean, we did offer 30-day trial, and we still do offer 30 days free trial. That is the guarantee that we give to our customers, but there are some customers who want to come and feel the product, and
Yeah,
that has been game changing for us, right? After going to offline space and interacting with customer and letting them experience the product in one hand, and when they come and see and they experience the product quality, it does make a difference in terms of how the customer perceive the brand, right? uh,
understood.
that has been the major reason of us scaling toward offline.
Okay, okay. And what have been the kind of initiatives you have used for customer loyalty and retention thus far? I know
So
where we are heading, but I just want to understand the past
yeah.
more.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a very interesting journey, right? I mean, we are in the space of luggage bags. You don't really think about repeat or retention here, because
Yeah,
usually customers who buy from you are not going to come back for you for a couple of years. But we maintain, right now, we are somewhere around 30% repeat, which is pretty
that's quite a significant number.
yeah, that which means that the kind of quality and the kind of product that we are delivering to our customer is really making a lot of sense. And I think that is where every brand needs to look at it, right? I mean, I think what Vishal and Apit also said, ki, customer might come to you once, but the reason they don't come back is not just necessarily bad product. It could be miscommunication. It could be anything else. So I think it makes a lot of sense to rectify all those loopholes, because we speak to a lot of these customers, and they imagine that they would have got something with the product, but they got something else, right?
Okay.
So it's somewhere expectation mismatch also is also one of the reasons that you need to correct it. So for us, retention journey has been pretty very very fundamental and very simple. We don't want to spam our customer. That's very fundamental to our business. We want to give a premium experience across every channel and the way the journey is created. So we keep it very simple. We keep it our approach as very data driven. If it is upsell, then we do upsell. We do couple of cross sell, because we understand that customers come to our brand and they do like the product and they do want to explore other categories, because right
Hmm.
now we do have couple of a very vast level of portfolio that can be explored. So they do come with one product and they then show interest to buy a couple of more products. So that is where
Understood.
we try to engage the customer when they come with one category. How do we bring them to other categories? So it is about expanding or diversifying your basket from one product to another. Apart from that, we do have a loyalty program which we introduced. Unlike
Okay.
having those points-based loyalty program, we went with a membership program, much like how Amazon operates with the Prime.
Okay.
You pay a charge and you get a benefit for a certain period. We have seen that that has worked phenomenally well, because the kind of repeat that the members have is almost 3-4x higher than the normal customers have.
Hmm.
Right. So that is something that we have explored, and then we also do a lot of engagement activities in terms of the kind of creative that is written, the kind of copies that are written, the kind
Hmm.
of videos that are produced. So it's not just about just selling or communicating about discounts of products. It is more to do with engaging with the customers, telling how premium the product is, and also making the customer feel good कि अच्छा यार ये brand ऐसा content बनाता है. I mean that
Hmm.
gives them more uplift that ki, okay, let me invest more. So it is something to more to do with how we do it, to do with what goes into the recipe.
Understood. Understood. I think a very interesting point which Nikilendra you brought, like you do not believe necessarily in that points based system, and you have gone ahead with the Amazon Prime kind of a system, right? So I think I just want to bring in others also in this. So what we have seen, like a lot of, so since we have our full stack basically engagement and loyalty suite, in which basically there is a wallet, there is gift card, and a lot of you, I mean, we are engaging, and some of you are actually going like, so the idea is not to touch upon it, but the idea, what I want to stress upon here is like I just want to quote one example and not so basically we just have completed the complete rollout of Swiggy Money, right, which is where the Swiggy wallet is being powered by us, right? Now, be it using it for crediting refunds, or basically loading it to have a smooth and basically a sailing checkout experience, right, or crediting cashback, so that induces future purchases. So what's your view on it, Arpit? Basically, how do you see the right loyalty mix for a brand like you in the space that you are operating in? How do you try to structure a kind of a loyalty program? What has worked for you, and what are your views on this?
Yeah, sure. So basically, Mohit, so far our loyalty program has been around accumulation of points only. But how we have taken it to the next level is like classifying the customers in different groups on the basis of their LTVs, and which is like very much we are very much upfront with the customers that how their different tiers change. So basically, the top tier is having people who have spent more than 10,000 rupees with us. The moderate tier is between 5,000 to 10,000 in their entire life cycle. And the bronze tier, basically the lowest tier, starts as soon as you sign up, right? So there has been a different set of, there is a tiered structure of the earnings that is there. So for example, it is like 5% if you are a bronze
Got it.
member,
Understood.
7.5 if you are a silver, and gold is at 10%. So we have been like communicating to the customers in a very straightforward way, like that your how does your tier changes. So that first is give them that understanding that how's that tiering is there. Secondly, we also tell them like what is the difference now left in their LTVs versus the when they qualify for the next year. So and they know that how far they are to entering the next year, and straight away comparison of what are the different benefits. So this is something that they cannot buy. This kind of membership is not something that they can buy, but they can only earn it by their behavior on the platform. And so far, we have seen a good response, and we keep a usual track of how many people are entering into tier every month. That basically gives an indication that okay, there are some set of customers, and that every tier the population is increasing by a certain percentage month over month, which is an indication of that we are doing something right, but how that can be further grown in the
I think
future.
you touched upon an interesting concept of LTV. So I just want you to briefly touch upon that. How do you measure LTV and why you think that is the right definition? Because every brand visualizes LTV in a very different way, and I think it is fundamental to the concept of customer retention. So it will be important if you can just throw some light on how you see LTV and like how do you measure it.
See, LTV, the tiering of, as I mentioned, 5,000 and 10,000, matlab these thresholds have been made on the basis of our average order values. See, so if that stands around in the BPC category, we are at almost between 700 to 800, right? So we see that, okay, so for break even, there is a certain number of frequency of the users that they need to buy. For example, that is three. So we know that somebody has to buy of all most upwards of 2,100, right, to make us break even. Then how do we become profitable in the long run? That is if we force more and more customers to buy for a higher LTVs. Matlab if their frequency goes up from 3 to 4 or 5, and that can only happen if we set the goals which are much farther. So which is like 5,000 is the first, this is the first milestone you can say, and 10,000 being the next. So if we have that set of customers, and this basically happens on the basis of the qualified orders. So qualified is nothing, just the completed order, which doesn't include any cancellation or RTOs or anything of that sort. So, and which is also visible to the customers that what is their present LTV, so they can see in their customer accounts and how far
Got it.
they are.
Vishal, just coming to you on this, basically, I think yours is a very high frequency purchase category versus the other two, right? With Mukubura being the least and you being the most, right? So, with you, I mean, while I think you touched upon that points based system is how you touch upon, I think, do you also give value to frequency? And like, how do you go about and does this data consolidate across different channels, or you treat D2C separately versus the other channels? Like, how do you go about running your customer retention and loyalty programs? You touched upon, I think you have a large CRM team, right? Uh, so just want your views on this. I think you're on mute, Vishal, if you're speaking.
Sorry. Yeah, you can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So probably 30 to 40% of our business is through our own channel. So there we are quite active. And what was the exact question? Can you repeat, Mohit?
Yeah, the exact question was, since your basically category is a very high frequency category, where there is a high repeat purchase behavior, at least in the loyal base of yours, right? What have you seen? Does the point based tier system work in your category, or people, because this is something that is driven by taste and what you like to eat at that moment? Have you seen that loyalty based benefits increasing the customer purchase pattern? Has that been a trend that you have seen?
Yeah, sure. See, Indian customer by and large, if I can say, is a value seeker. Right? So if they know, see, we have a like a bronze, silver, gold kind of a system.
Okay.
Then for the first 4 orders, you are a bronze customer, you get 10% first. And you become silver after the 4th order. From 5th order, you get 15%. After, let's say, 10th or 11th order, you become gold, and you get 20% discount, right? So anyone who becomes loyal, they know it's better if they are at 2nd order to get to 3rd or 4th, and if they're 8th or 9th to get to 10th or 11th to get that extra 5%. So it does nudge people. It will not just change decisions. If they don't want to eat, they don't want to eat. But if they want to eat, it does increase frequency to get to the next level and be loyal there. But having said that, there are a lot of other ways also, right? One is the tier system, which we have all talked. And one is, like I'm a big fan of like a Starbucks kind of system, or like where the 10th coffee is free or the 5th coffee is free. So we are also considering that kind of a system where, 5th biryani is free or 10th biryani is free or 10th kebab is free. Sometimes a simple system is also easier for customers to understand. But as of now, we are on bronze, silver, gold, 10,
Understood.
50% discount.
Understood. I think I very much relate to what you are saying, where a transaction based discount is something. So here I want to come to you, Arpit and Nikhilendra. I think a very good theme. So the current pattern of unrelated sales, right, where there is a 3 day sale where things run at heavy discount, right? It's a very leaky way, in my view, basically, of running discounts where there is no clarity with respect to customer retention. What's your view on this? So versus what something like Vishal is saying, where somebody accumulates benefits or your fifth purchase is free, where you are having a transaction based pattern, versus saying that in this 3 day window everything is free, and now you're not sure that was this discount really worth it? Would you be able to retain this customer in the long run? Because what we have seen in India, that customers, while being value driven, are also opportunistic in nature. If today you are giving discount, tomorrow he's, so loyalty as a concept, right, brand loyalty as a concept, is something which is, while in niche it still exists, it is eroding in certain categories, especially where there is higher degree of commoditization, right? So do you still see sales and basically limited period sales as a very attractive way of driving sales and acquiring customers and basically finding customers, or do you believe that that is not the case? Arpit, first to you, and then Nikhilin to you.
Sure. So, to the question of the flash sales, maybe like a 2 or 3 day sale event, as you mentioned, Mohit, I would say, see, from a business perspective, I would say you can't eliminate them because they help you in bringing the higher numbers, bring the a lot of top line also during that time, and the bottom line is also, right. So at that time, see, there is a set of customers who always wait for that event to come, right, and then come and buy again, because we have seen during that time lot of repeat customers are coming up, and there is a subset of customers who every time buys when you do these kind of events, right? But what we also actually do, and everyone should also look at that, how many new customers that they have acquired during this time, and which are being retained over a longer period of time, right? And this percentage may be this can be as small as maybe 10%, or can be as high as maybe 30-40%. Matlab, we have seen both kind of them, right? But I think what from my perspective is that if you can figure out that what kind of discounts bring you that required number of per people, you'll see that 75% of the people who you acquire during the flash sale may not buy from you again. But the first advantage you get from them is like you introduce your brand to our customers who are who are looking for a value. You know that okay, this segment is I can reach out to them again when I have again a flash sale. Similarly, during what also happens is you need to figure out that how much discounting at how much discounting I'm able to bring back a certain set of customers. Maybe how do I retain 25% of the customers, right? So according to that, you can plan your strategy key from this event. If I spend this much in discounts, right, and this much I'm spending on marketing to acquire this customer, and but out of which only 25% of will remain and qualify your overall LTV parameter. So you can do that. You can make that strategy accordingly, right? And see, but see, eventually we cannot deny the fact that there are customers who are always looking to buy at a steep discounts, and also you cannot avoid the fact that the flash sales are to aid the
Understood.
top line
Understood.
of the
I'll come to a
business.
related theme, but I just want to get Nikhilen's perspective also on this, and then I have a related theme which I'll just pop up. Yeah.
Yeah. So for us, we had never explored such ideas like flashism, but recently we have started doing that and have seen phenomenal results, right? So
Okay.
we do understand that these kind of opportunities are something that customers really love, right? Rather it be our existing customers or most new customers. We understood that these kind of strategies do help in getting, first of all, repeat customers back to the business, and also getting a lot of new customers. So in recent past month we have started doing all of this activity, and we have seen that CAC overall has come down,
Okay.
right? So and we get these additional sales as a result. But I think this is not something that we should be completely relying on for sure. I think this is just part of the system that is running and doing the work. But at a holistic level, yes, it does make sense to include these kind of event, but also not depend on it, but build a completely 360-degree angled plan of your strategy, where you're also targeting your customers who are value seekers, but also customers who are deeply loyal to you, and
Understood.
ensure that they come back to you at that every customer is coming back to the business at the right point in time.
Understood. Understood. So Arpit, you touched upon a couple of points, and which I think Nikhilendra also said hold good. So you said that such flash sales one help you to build a brand presence, right? At the same time, help you acquire users, right? Effectively, right? So, what is your view with respect to same, say, gift cards, right? That's a very where you have a targeted outreach on selected platforms, on selected cards, which you think represent the persona that your TG is basically ideally representing, right? And then you're not basically spending on everybody, but spending on targeted cohorts. And actually, I just want to ask you this question more so because you said 75% of users every month that you get are kind of new users, right? So with performance marketing being an expensive channel, don't you think that your acquisition, like, have you been able to bring your CAC down in the normal course of things, right? And so hence, have you explored gift cards, and does that make sense for you? So just want to get your view on this channel, right?
Yeah, so Mohit, certainly we have been doing gift card so far, but the gift card is like it way two works. Matlab, there are two uses to it. Matlab, there is a set of customers who used to like matlab, that's the ideal purpose of a gift card is used to gift it to somebody, right? Who you don't know how what product to select, and they can select up to their on their own. So you present a gift card to them, right? So that's the ideal case. But we have also seen like see the that people who are already buying from us are still going to buy the gift card and going through that loop of buying the gift card first and then buying through the website, that and just to get the advantage of some value that they get over the gift card, plus some discounts if you get through credit cards while transacting on any platform. So we have seen that matlab, so I am like almost 50-50 into it, that yeah, gift card is something that works and helps you grow. But at the same time, it is like we have seen that so far that it's the same set of customers
Okay.
who go and buy the gift cards and
While I
complete
would
that
want to
loop.
go to
So
Vishal, my only point
yeah.
is, don't you think it's still cheaper to acquire the same customer through this channel versus performance marketing, which is very expensive? Isn't that the case? I mean, if the same user is buying a gift card and coming to your portal and redeeming it, isn't that cheaper versus spending a higher cost or a similar cost basis your experience for acquiring the customer on performance marketing or influencer marketing? Has that not played out that way for you, Arpit?
So see, for us, matlab, see, ideally the repeat customers in the ideal world, the repeat customer should come of its own without making any
Okay.
additional effort, right? You should remember your brand in the brain that okay, if I need anything, I should go to the match
Understood.
company and buy.
Got
The
it.
ideal will, right? Use the Still we use the lot of CRM channels like SMS, email, WhatsApp to be on the top of the mind of our existing set of customers, right? So gift card definitely, matlab, I would not deny that, but yeah, matlab, that if they are a set of customers who like to who usually get into gift cards, so it is
Got
I
it.
think good
Got
to
it.
have, I would say.
Vishal, what's your view on this? I mean, how much a spend you folks do today on customer acquisition through performance marketing channels, right? I know that we are working with you with respect to gift cards, but what's your view on this as a channel for acquiring customers, and how do you see this spanning out for you? Like, how has your acquisition budget spanned as you have gone through this growth trajectory, both online and offline? And how are you acquiring customers today?
So like new customers, see, of course, I think there are a lot of old ways from performance marketing to BTL to ATL. I think do it through different ways, from flash sale to gift cards to everything. I think you try everything It's not that you choose, right? As a big company, you try everything to get new customers. But I think at the size most of us have reached, it's more important to now retain customers than acquire.
Okay, yeah.
So I think the retention and increasing the frequencies become more important, right?
Okay.
Because we already have a few million customers database which we have who have,
Okay.
it's better to get them to repeat than to keep acquiring. Otherwise, you keep doing activities which will anyway be useful in acquisition, like you said, from performance to ATL to everything.
Yeah.
Retention is a more of a focus than acquisition.
Understood. What's your view on this? Yeah, Rachita, you wanted to come in.
We can take some questions now. We have about
Yeah.
5 minutes left in the
Sure.
session.
Sure.
Sure. So there's been one question which has gotten the most upvotes. The question is that when you are starting out, you have a limited marketing budget. Is it better to focus on new customers growth fast, or should we acquire first and then focus on retention with that budget? Basically, how do you choose between acquisition and retention investment in early stages is the question. Anybody can take that.
Anybody? I mean, yeah. Please go ahead.
Vishal, you want to go?
Yeah, so I think it will depend on the kind of product. Like if you have a product like Mocobra, you will not, of course, not try to go for retention, because I think the customer will come back after a few months or a year, right? So it depends on the category you have. If you have a hygiene product or a makeup product like Man Company, or a grooming product, you will go for more for retention. And if you have most use case like a biryani product, you'll go for more for, but still you would need a critical mass. Let's say in our outlet, I'll take an example, we target a 30 lakhs per month sales. So we need 1 lakh per month, kind of a 30 lakhs per month outlet, we have a very healthy EBITDA. So 1 lakh per month, 1 lakh per day means our average order value is 700, 750, means let's say 120 orders a day. Let's say it's a healthy number for us. So for 120 orders per day, and let's say that means 3,600 orders a month, right? So for that, I know my customer will most likely come once in 1 or 2 months. So I need a critical mass of 8 to 10,000 customers for that outlet to have that steady stream of 120 orders a day. So till I reach that 10,000 customers for that outlet, I will go for new customers. Once I have got those 10,000 customers, then for me, I might try to go from 10 to 15,000, but then retention becomes more important, right? So you have to do your calculation depending on your product, your revenue, everything. I took my example. I think it'll be useful for someone to calculate what it should take for them, for that
Yeah.
outlet, or that business. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Also,
interesting view. Yeah, Nikhil, please go ahead.
just one couple of points here. So, I mean, on the flip side, to drive retention, you also need to understand the key, what is going right and what is going wrong, and that will only happen by time, right? If you're just starting out, then I think the business should definitely focus on retention and also building with the feedback that where am I going wrong? Is it the product? Is it after sales service? Is it the timeline that I'm delivering the product? So I think all that will drive the retention. It is not just one single piece that will drive the retention. It's a entire business that is working toward retention. So I think it should be towards learning, then I think retention should be the second layer of focus.
Sure. Thank you. The next question that has been repeated in multiple forms is that what tools do you recommend to improve retention, be it for identifying cohorts of customers or running retention programs or loyalty programs? Are there any top of your mind tools that you would recommend for up and coming brands? Arpit or anybody? Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
yeah,
So basically, see,
Arpit, you can go ahead.
yeah, Nikhil, please go. Okay. So basically, see, to identify the customer cohorts right now, Shopify itself in its if you are starting up on Shopify, they have enabled the customer cohorts where you can see the repeat frequency, average order value of the customers in the past 12 and 24 months. And I think that is very much sufficient for a business to look at the behavior of last 2 years. And similarly, in terms of matlab, how do you and then further that you can make the segments in that way, right? The customers who have bought from you 3 times and not bought in last 3 months, you can do that. You can create that segment and shoot an email with a customized targeting, right? That what has gone wrong, you bought from us 3 times but you haven't bought in last 3 months, and that works really well if you do that personalized targeting with a set of customers on the basis of their behavior on that platform. So I think that's a very easier way to start with. But given that there are lots and lots of complex tools where you can do these segmentations and identify the customer cohorts, and Excel being like one of them. Now you don't need to do Excel because Shopify itself has it. Previously, you had to pull data and make those cohorts on Excel. So now I think
Yeah,
easier way to do
Nikhilendra,
that
if you
is
want to
different.
add, yeah, you were
Yeah, I
just
mean,
saying
I was
something.
going to say exactly. I mean, it's given that a lot of the D2C brands are already on Shopify. Shopify itself allows you to apply so many filters, right? But I think what would really help you is that having a tagging app in the Shopify. Tagging app helps you in building some kind of a behavior pattern in the customer. So if somebody is a discount seeker, then you can build an automation tag. You tag a customer as a discount seeker if the customer is using discount code. So such kind of tagging can help you in some extent where you can create profiles of customers and use them at an advanced level of targeting. That is something that you can try. But I think overall, Shopify is a decent place. If you're starting off, then I think it's a decent place to start off with your targeting. But more or less, there are also web engage and more engage of the worlds where you want to get into advanced stages of targeting and analytics.
All right.
Sure.
Thank you, everybody. This is me making an appearance again to just have a gentle reminder that we're a little up on time. But honestly, I'm not just speaking to myself. We have a lot of the audience here saying that this entire session was really insightful. In fact, a certain Mr. Puneet had said that the session went really well with his favorite cup of coffee. So thank you for having a great end to our day for today.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Nikhil, Arpit, and Vishal for joining in. I mean,
No,
it was a
thank you,
pleasure
Mohit.
having
Thank
you.
you.
Quite insightful. Yeah.
Thank you, Rachita. Thank
Thanks.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, folks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Chandni. Thanks, Rachita. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Folks, please stay on call. I have one quick
Thank
message
you.
for all of y'all. This is to the audience, and then y'all can go your way for the evening. All right. Thank you for all the claps, everybody. Thank you, Mohit and Rachita. Okay, so that was officially the end to day 2 of D2C Sparkx. We still are at a solid number of 10,000 brands online through the entire session, and hopefully, we'll have all 10,000 of y'all coming in tomorrow as well. While we did talk a lot about the entire funnel, right from grabbing attention with Google Ads all the way to making sure your customers have a good retention rate with your customers to the end of the session, we now wrap up day 2. But don't worry, day 3 is going to be equally exciting, if not more, because here for day 3, we're going to have some powerhouse brands like House of Masaba, Licious, Delivery, Jiva Jewelry, Minimalist, and even Tata Click and Nykaa, telling you all about how to make sure product is good for festive, how to make sure you can ace sales on marketplaces like Amazon and Flipkart. So stay tuned. You want to come back tomorrow, 3 p.m. We'll be ready for you. And I'll leave you with one little thing. We are running a little feedback survey. I'm going to put that on our chat right now. If you have 2 minutes to spare, please help us by answering a couple questions, and you can win 1,500 rupees worth of a voucher. I've put it up on our chat. Please pick up the link. You'll have another 3 minutes to spare. Please answer the questions and help us. It'll really help our product team. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. It's 7 p.m. and this is Chandni signing off.